Welcome to BIMS TV. I'm Leslie Townsell, and this is BIMS Bites. And today I'll be biting into bioluminescence. What is bioluminescence? Bioluminescence is the production and release of light by a living organism. It's a form of chemiluminescence where light energy is released by a chemical reaction, but we'll get more into that a little bit later on. This reaction can occur in marine vertebrates and invertebrates, fungi, and glowworms, just to name a few, and it produces and generates light. In marine environments, it's a rare phenomenon that illuminates the ocean, the waves, and the shoreline with a beautiful blue glow at night. The light is created by marine plankton called dinoflagellates, which activate a blue glow when they sense movement in the water. This movement could be a fish swimming along, a human jumping into the water and splashing about, or just the force generated by the breaking of waves. During the day, the plankton get their energy from the sun, and once the sun goes down, the plankton use it to produce this blue glow. Oh yeah, it's the same thing that's seen in fireflies. Now, I told you we would get to the chemical reaction, so let's talk a little bit about it now. Luciferin, a light-emitting compound found in bioluminescent organisms, undergoes an enzyme-catalyzed reaction with oxygen and other cofactors such as adenosine triphosphate, also known as ATP, magnesium, or even calcium. The enzyme used is luciferase. Luciferase can also be replaced by photoproteins like ecorin, and this reaction produces oxyluciferin and energy in the form of light. So what organisms are bioluminescent? Earlier, I said terrestrial and marine organisms can be bioluminescent. So some terrestrial organisms include fireflies, glowworms, mushrooms, tropical land snails, and certain worms, just to name a few. According to marine biologists, the vast majority of deep sea animals, from sharks and jellyfish to bacteria and crustaceans, are able to produce light, probably between 75 and 90% of them. Bioluminescent marine organisms can include anglerfish, lanternfish, barbel dragonfish, gulper eels, sea pins, certain corals, comb jellies, crystal jellies, copepods, krill, squid, shrimp, and the list goes on. What are some of the benefits and uses of bioluminescence? Well, there are the obvious ones like illumination, where organisms can use it as a flashlight to see or let other members of the same species find them in the dark. Then there's also communication. They can use a sequence of flashes to communicate with members of the same species, kind of like how humans use Morse code. They might also use it to attract animals they plan to eat. When they're attacked, some of them can flash a light like a burglar alarm to get the attention of an even bigger creature like a shark to scare off the attacker. The glow is believed to be a defensive mechanism that startles predators and makes them vulnerable to creatures from higher trophic levels. For some species, the light looks like sunlight coming down from above, and that can make them invisible to predators below, therefore camouflaging them. And last but not least, we've got mimicry. You can learn a little bit more about that using the video below, but this allows them to imitate another organism, and that could potentially get them away from predators. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me on IG and Twitter at melanatedmarci or email me at leslie@leslietownsell.com. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe to Black and Marine Science on IG, Twitter, and YouTube.